Welcome to Santos Brothers Eats.
Food worth mentioning. Get started then?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so welcome back everyone to Santos Brothers Eats, where we're talking about food worth mentioning. I'm Kenny Santos, and I'm with my brother Chef Jeff Santos. Jeff, how are we doing today?
Oh, we're doing good. Yes, beautiful day in Toronto.
Yeah, it's a rainy day, but
Yeah.
it's always a good day to talk about food, especially if the food is worth mentioning, food worth talking about. And so we actually went to Blue Mountain, to the village. Is that what it's called? The village?
Yeah, Blue Mountain Village it's called.
Yeah, and why don't you describe that for people that don't know what that is?
So Blue Mountain itself is one of the premier ski resorts in Ontario. Parts of Ontario. There are some bigger mountains in Quebec and BC, but Blue Mountain, I'm not too sure if it's the tallest, but it's one of the more popular ones. And at the base of the mountain itself is called Blue Mountain Village. So they have some restaurants, they have some shopping, and quite a few hotels. And the hotels are part of the same chain. So actually, Diane and I spent our anniversary in the Blue Mountain Village in one hotel, and the pool was closed, but we were allowed to swim at the other nearby pools. And it's not a drive away, just basically like a 5-minute walk to each hotel.
So group of hotels, group of restaurants and shopping. And there's also some other fun stuff to do. I mean, I remember there's mini golf there. Mm-hmm. And
there's the outdoor or the mountain, like roller coaster, like a mini roller coaster in the mountain sort of idea.
Yeah. And in the summer, there's like you can do some sort of diving and stuff. Like I remember seeing that. Like so.
Oh, a zip line, I think it is.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff to do. It's actually you bring the family there and just have a day out of it.
And what's cool as well is the village itself sort of looks like a European village per se. So it has the cobblestones, the buildings sort of look more European than modern-esque. And then, of course, when it snows, it looks nice.
When I say European, or when you think of like Swiss mountain resorts, sort of European, that sort of feel to it. And then there's a number of restaurants to choose from, and we ended up going to it's a place called Rusty's at Blue. It's called.
Yes, Rusty's at Blue. Reason why we chose it. We're still in quarantine we're still in COVID. Toronto just hit stage 2 again, so we're looking for patio options. So when we planned this trip to Blue Mountain, we're looking at restaurants with patios, and there are quite a few restaurants with patios because it is sort of a ski lodge and a summer area. So they took advantage of the picturesque mountain and just being outdoors. And we chose Rusty's because it has one of the larger patios. They have heated patios. And so our patio was lucky enough to have a fire table or a fire pit right in the middle of it. So it kept us warm. It was a cool weekend, like not cold, but there was a breeze in the air.
Yeah, and so it was kind of nice the way it was kind of like a table with your own little fire in the middle, and we kind of ate around that. Rusty's is it's a smokehouse. They serve barbecue. I'm actually looking at the website right now. It's award-winning, and it's just read this here. It's forged in the fires of barbecue competition. Executive Chef Stephen Perrin, classically trained in the art of fine dining, is also known for flexing his award-winning barbecue chops all across North America, racking up a long list of accolades that have solidified him as a Canadian barbecue pit master.
Nice.
Yeah. And so we had a very, very good meal there. We started off with just some Caesars.
Yes.
Jeff and I, we when we're choosing a cocktail, chances are we're going to choose a Caesar if we're going to be having dinner. Yeah. Exception for me, at least, unless I really want a certain type of beer. If I know that I'm going to have nachos, I'll probably have a margarita on the rocks. But otherwise, I will have a Caesar almost 90% of the time. I'll just have a Caesar.
Yeah, and for me, I'm what they call a girl drink drunk. I like the girly drinks, so like a blue Hawaiian margarita is sort of classified as a girl drink sometimes. But it has an umbrella or something, and it's sweet. Then that's what I'll be having.
Have you ever had a Cosmo?
I have actually. Yeah.
I was wondering about that. Okay.
Yeah, mimosa. Yeah, something like that. And for our American listeners, a Caesar is basically a Bloody Mary, but instead of tomato juice, we use an item called clamato juice, which is tomato juice mixed in with clam juice. You've heard me write clam, C-L-A-M, the mollusk the seafood clam.
Oh yeah.
And to be honest, you really don't taste much of the clam juice itself, but that's what a Caesar is.
Think of basically the biggest difference between tomato juice and clamato is the clamato is saltier. That's the biggest difference.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then their Caesar, I actually found it very, very tasty. I tasted mine because mine had the horseradish. You didn't have horseradish.
No.
I did take a sip of yours, and yours was really good too. So, it has a Worcestershire horseradish. It was nice. It came with a little pepperoni stick, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's a bonus.
Yeah, and some celery. And then I didn't taste it. I mean, there's vodka in it, just like a Bloody Mary, I suppose. And then there was some, it's called Rusty's Blazing Habanero, and I didn't sense that at all. So I don't know if it was in there or not. But it was a very tasty drink. Like the moment I tried it, I was like, wow, this is good. So I was happy I had that. And then we had some food. I had since they're known for barbecue, I decided to have the chopped smoked brisket sandwich. It comes with horseradish, mayonnaise, barbecue sauce on a brioche bun.
Nice.
And as far as the brisket goes, I mean, you had a taste of it. What did you think of it, Jeff?
I liked it a lot. It was very tasty, nice barbecue sauce. I don't know if because I had a piece after yours, like yours was there. It was a bit cool. I found my piece a bit dry. I don't know how the rest of your sandwich was.
You know what? It was a little dry. Maybe it was, we were outside. It was windy, so that could have dried it out a little bit. But I still enjoyed the sandwich. I think it would have been nice if there was like some sauce on the side or something, just to, wetten it up a little bit. That would have been nice. And then, but I did like it. I'll just give it a solid 8 out of 10. I mean, they're known for their barbecue. I tried their their brisket. What I really should have done is, I'm more of a chicken fan. I should have tried some of their chicken instead.
Yeah,
maybe if
exactly
I
right.
There again, I'll have a chicken. So just something to think about. Sandwiches, they do come with fries. The fries were good. I just wish that the portion was a little bit healthier.
True. Yeah, that is correct. There were shoestring fries, so nice and thin, and they kept crispy, which is really good. Like we like our crispy fries, that's for sure.
Did enjoy eating that. And then Diana, what did she have?
She had the cheeseburger. Because she's gluten intolerant, she asked for it in a lettuce wrap instead of the brioche bun. And from what I understood, it was a bit salty, but we are sort of on a diet where we're sort of reducing our salt, so that could be why. But from what I understood, like she enjoyed it as well.
Excellent. Yeah. I never tried that cheeseburger of hers, and I don't think you did either.
No.
But she did. She finished everything. So
yes, she did.
It was salty, but if it's a little too salty, if you like ketchup, put more ketchup on it, I suppose. That's all I can say. Yes. And then, Diana did something interesting.
What was that?
She mixed mayonnaise and ketchup.
Yes.
How long has she been doing that for?
Ever since I've known her, and we've actually, I've always had mayonnaise myself, and I was sort of surprised and happily surprised that she does it as well. But actually, she mixes hers together. I sort of keep mine separate. I know it goes down the same way, but I like to have dip mine in mayonnaise, then ketchup, or vice versa. I don't really have a rhyme or reason why I do that. I just okay. I prefer mine a bit separately.
Yeah, I prefer mine. I actually just prefer just mayonnaise, but usually there's not mayonnaise available for fries. Sometimes just ketchup, but you just like mayonnaise. Here's something that I briefly mentioned this during dinner, is that in Salt Lake, I think in Utah, maybe Idaho as well, and other surrounding states, they actually mix mayonnaise and ketchup together, and they call that fry sauce. And
yes,
it's so popular there that some restaurants actually have it in packets. Like you have packets of ketchup, you can have a packet of fry sauce there.
Yeah.
So they have that. I think even Arizona has that as well. It's not unusual that you could just go through a drive-through and ask for fry sauce, and they'll either mix it up for you or they'll be just ready in packets. And so a lot of people down in Salt Lake City, Utah, actually all of Utah, they'll be very familiar with that whole concept of mixing mayonnaise with ketchup. I mean, it's just, they have that on burgers, fries, they have it on everything down there. So.
Actually, as of last year, Heinz in Canada, I don't know if it was Heinz in the States, but they just gave us mayo chup. I know it's a weird name, but as the name says, it's a combination of mayo and ketchup. Nice. And to be honest, I think fry sauce is a better name than mayo chup. But now we have it available in Canada.
Yeah. Oh, see, I never heard about that. So mayo chup, if you want fry sauce in a bottle, Heinz offers it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then you ended up having, what did you have, Jeff?
I had the fish and chips. We had a big lunch, so I had the fish and chips. I think next time I go to the Blue Mountain, I'll make sure to get some barbecue. Like I like barbecue, like Ken said, like he prefers the chicken. When I have barbecue, I try to look to see if they have beef ribs.
Yeah.
Because most places will have pork ribs. When they say ribs, they always have pork ribs, and pork ribs are great. But for me, I prefer the beef ribs. But like I said, I had a big lunch, so I went for the fish and chips. And when Ken said a healthy portion, I had a very healthy portion of fish. That is for sure.
Oh, it was
two pieces of fish.
Yeah.
Sorry?
It was 2 pieces of fish.
Mm-hmm. And it was haddock fillet. So haddock is a white fish, but is a bit more sturdier. So, when you break it apart with your hand or a fork and knife, it keeps its piece, its shape.
I see.
Yeah. And they had 2 healthy portions. And like I said, the fries were crispy. And the tartar sauce was actually pretty good. Actually, I think it's homemade tartar sauce.
I'm going to ask you, I think it might be in-house, yeah?
If I had to guess. It doesn't say here, but yeah, it's definitely an in-house tartar sauce, that's for sure.
Yummy. And so, was it like there was 2 pieces? Do you think those are 2 4-ounce pieces?
I believe so.
So yeah, that's half a pound of fish there. I mean, it was very healthy portion.
Oh, yeah.
For someone that had a big lunch. Wow.
Yeah, because you think fish and chips. Yeah, you usually do think it's something not as light because it is deep fried with batter. But I think I just wanted fish and chips that day too. Like, you know what? I had a big lunch. I'll think have fish and chips. Why not?
Oh yeah. Actually, I almost had the fish and chips. I almost had it, and I decided to get something different. Actually, part of the reason why I wanted something different is because I knew that we'd be talking about it on the podcast, and so if we were talking about fish and chips, wouldn't be as long of an episode.
No, that's right.
So I had a piece of your fish and chips. The batter seemed pretty crispy and it tasted pretty good. It was. So what would you rate those fish and chips?
I give it an 8 as well. Like good, healthy portions. Yeah, the fries were crispy. It was good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, and so, we didn't have dessert, but we were mentioned. Oh, by the way, I would give the fish and chips an 8 out of 10 as well.
Yeah.
And, it's definitely something that I would consider ordering, especially knowing now that it's 2 pieces. I mean, that's pretty phenomenal. I was pretty impressed when I saw that. And it had the same fries, the same portion of fries. Mm-hmm. I guess with the fish and chips, it didn't have to be nearly as healthy because you got so much fish with that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
And then,
so one thing with the fire pit table, they should have taken advantage of using that. Like either have a fondue option or even a hot pot option, and as Diana wanted, marshmallows. Like make your own s'mores there. So
yeah, if they had s'mores or s'mores, and let's say they had what, 8 graham crackers, 4 pieces of chocolate, and 8 marshmallows, like that would cost very, very little.
Oh yeah. And
they could probably easily charge $10-12 for something like that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so the markup and the profit that they could have made, and it would have made us a lot happier. Because if you remember any of our past, I shouldn't say any, but many of our past episodes, when we talk about roasted marshmallow, I mean, that's one of our most favorite flavors.
It is.
And so it would have been awesome if that was available. Although maybe they just don't want people cooking on that fire because it's
you know what? It's one of those things. I guess maybe for health and safety reasons, but it was a cool day. Like it wasn't a very cold day, but if you can imagine after you're skiing, getting hot chocolate and making s'mores, that'd be award winning right there.
That would be, and I guess it would only be an outdoor option too.
Yeah.
So you can't. Because the fire pit tables weren't inside.
Yeah.
Not even every patio table had that. Like some of them.
No.
The overhead kind of heating lamps that you're seeing. And
that's right. I think I only counted maybe 3, maybe 4 of those tables. But I actually remember 2 years ago, last year or 2 years ago, Ontario Place before it was COVID, they had a winter festival, and they had a fire pit. It wasn't a very big fire pit, only 5 feet across. Mm-hmm. But at one of the stands, they did sell a s'mores kit. So you got 2 long sticks, I think maybe 12 marshmallows, some graham crackers, and chocolate. And I think it was like $15-20. But because they're the only place selling that, it's supply and demand. They could charge whatever they wanted to.
So smart. They don't even have to prepare anything. They just got to sell a kit. That's awesome.
Right. That's right. And they also had just like marshmallows by themselves for a cheaper price. But it was good. Yeah, that was smart.
Very good. Very good. And so, it was a great day of food. We had, I had that sandwich. Next I'm just looking at it. They have a half barbecue rotisserie chicken.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the menu. It's actually less expensive than the sandwich that I had. Man, I kind of wish I had that now. But we'll see. Maybe next time if I ever go back there.
Actually, the only thing with the chicken though, it's a lemon herb and garlic chicken. So it's not really so I did see that myself too, and I thought, oh, it's a urban garlic chicken, not a barbecue sauce chicken. So I think that's one of the reasons why I said, no, I'll get my fish and chips instead.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I see, and they have pork ribs, but they don't have the beef ribs. So.
No.
Do you think you would have tried beef ribs?
I think I would have. Yeah, depending on the price as well.
Yeah.
But I hate to say it, I'm getting old. I don't know if I know Montana's in the. Is there Montana's in the States? Even though it's called Montana's. I don't know.
I don't know.
So Montana's here in Canada is a barbecue chain. It's based off Montana's, the state, of course, but it's in Canada. I think every Wednesday during the year, it's all you eat ribs. And then in the summertime, they have all you eat ribs every day for like 2 months to celebrate summer. And whenever I went in my younger days, I'd always get the beef rib option. So instead of getting a rack of ribs, either side or back, you get for the pork ribs, you get like a whole side. But for the beef ribs, you only get maybe 2 or 3 to start. Yeah. And if you know beef ribs, they are quite large. But I go through my initial portion of 3. And then when you ask for more, they give you 1 bone every time you ask for more for all you could eat. And I go through at least maybe 5 or 6. Nowadays, if I get 2, that's all I could eat.
Wow.
So I think it's just the age on me.
Slowing down.
Yeah, I'm slowing down. And when we go into the Mandarin, which is the Canadian all-you-eat Chinese place, if you get there early enough, they do sell like prime rib roasts. But they also, after it's cooked, they also save the bones. There's not much meat on those bones, but still, it's sort of nice to eat on them. So I would get maybe 3 or 4 of those.
Oh yeah.
But because there's only limited amount of bones on each prime rib, more meat than bones, then you have to get there early, or else you just get the meat. And who wants that?
Well, it's just so much, all that cartilage and all that connective.
Oh yeah.
That's on the bone. That's what we really love. And
exactly right.
Man, now I have a craving for ribs now.
Now you want some barbecue.
Yeah, I do want some barbecue. It'll be a while since I have some of that.
One of the reasons why we went to Blue Mountain, it was because today is the 15th. It was Ken's birthday 2 days ago. It was October 13th. So we had an early birthday celebration for our brother Ken.
Yeah, so that was my birthday. So yeah, it was a great birthday dinner.
There you go.
Hey, maybe next year we'll go back. Who knows?
Maybe.
Or before then, who knows?
Before then.
Yeah.
We better go somewhere before then.
Well, I meant to Blue, I meant to Rusty's.
Yeah.
So
exactly right.
So yeah. But yeah, so happy birthday to me. Thank you, Jeff, for letting the listeners know. Again, that is this week's food worth mentioning. And we look forward to next time where we talk about even more food worth mentioning. And
until next time, remember this quote from Julia Child: people who love to eat are always the best people.
And that, of course, includes my brother, Chef Jeff Santos. And I'm, of course, his brother, Kenny Santos. And you as well, if you love to eat food worth mentioning. All right, thanks a lot, everybody.
Take care.
You've been listening to Santos Brothers Eat.
Food worth mentioning.